Good morning, doctor. We are group warriors. I'm the leader Tan Jiaxuan, and my group members are Lin Wenyi, Priyanka, Ong Jin Chen, and Do Junhao. Now, we will explain the procurement management of company we chose, which is IKEA.
Good day everyone, my name is Do Junhao and I will present the valuation model of IKEA. Valuation model includes three elements which are primary activities, supporting activities, and gross sales. The first element of primary activity is inbound logistics. IKEA has purchased raw material and readily available items from around 1,220 suppliers which are from more than 55 countries in the world. The vast majority of IKEA products come from outside vendors all over the world. The largest furniture merchant in the world makes purchases through its 21 trading service locations spread throughout 26 nations. The second element of primary activity is IKEA operation. Operation can be defined as the overall process of activity that transfer the raw materials to final products or services. IKEA was divided into three categories, includes finance, property, and franchise, with the franchise is the core business strategy. IKEA managed its international operation using a decentralized business strategy. This technique gives regional managers the freedom to make decisions while taking into account the distinctive characteristics of their markets, regional culture, local customer behavior patterns, and other region-specific factors. The next element is IKEA outbound logistics. IKEA owns their warehousing and distribution of final products from 422 stores in 50 markets to their end customers. IKEA has 28 distribution centers and 16 customer distribution centers in 16 countries. The cost of transportation will be paid by customer if the customer requires delivery of their product to specific locations. There are two types of delivery provided by IKEA, which is parcel delivery for their item up to 25 kg, and they will charge around $12 depending on the location. The other delivery service is truck delivery for the items that exceed 25 kg, and the fee starts from $50. The next element is IKEA marketing and sales. IKEA uses multiple channels to promote and sell their products, such as stores, catalogs, websites, and ads. In the past, IKEA relied on catalogs for marketing and sales of their furniture, with more than 2 million catalogs being printed annually. From the marketing point of view, IKEA has changed their focus from room to product innovation start from 2018. In 2020, the company announced that they will stop printing the catalogs from 2022 due to the decrease in demand. The last element of the primary activity is IKEA service. IKEA provides online and telephone customer service, offering refunds and exchange of the goods and encouraging customers to provide their feedback for the future improvement. Not only that, if the customer found that they are missing some part of the furniture, they don't need to go back to the IKEA store for searching the part. They are able to list out the part numbers and then call the nearest store required for replacement to delivery to customers. Element of supporting activity is fund infrastructure. IKEA has divided its business into three segments, including franchise, range, and suppliers, and IKEA industry. IKEA has managed its business on a regional basis. Each department in IKEA stores, from the human resources department and financial department, has to communicate with its headquarters. The second element of supporting activity is human resource management. IKEA concentrates on employee satisfaction and efficiency in order to improve their performance. IKEA has around 221,000 employees globally in 2022. Besides retaining and hiring the best employees, IKEA also provides training programs to improve employees' performance and develop career advancement opportunities. This is how IKEA invests and manages its employees effectively. The next element is technology development. Technology is one of the important factors that lead to cost saving and operational efficiency at IKEA. IKEA has benefited significantly from the application of digital technology in tracking its production, supply chain, sales, and marketing related difficulties. In order to increase its manufacturing capabilities and satisfy its clients' constantly shifting expectations, the company is investing in digitalization. The organization has also expanded its effort to automate production and take use of data-driven manufacturing advantage. The next element of supporting activity is procurement. Over 1,800 vendors in more than 50 countries are sourced from IKEA. IKEA components, regional supply turn, purchase development, logistics development, sales and supply chain, transport and logistics services, purchasing and logistics areas, and quality support centers are the 8 business areas that make up its purchasing and logistics department. The last element of value chain model is gross sales. The formula of gross sales is revenue minus cost of goods sold. Based on the IKEA FY22 financial result, the net profit of IKEA in 2022 is 710 million of euro. The net profit decreased from 1,433 million of euro in 2021 to 710 million of euro in 2022 because the pandemic COVID-19 caused several disruptions such as delay of supply chains, transportation costs, and elevated purchasing price. The war in Ukraine is also the factor of this distribution. That's all for my part. Thank you.
A very good day. My name is Limoni and I will present about the procurement process of IKEA and the adoption 5R model to the company practice. First of all, it's the right quality in the IKEA company process. The raw material for manufacturing of IKEA product, and as the material and product are moving within IKEA's supply chain, the added value takes place. And IKEA focus on making the most effective use of resource to provide a well-designed, high-quality product at a reasonable price and follow the customer needs. Secondly, the right quantity that IKEA company. IKEA offer a variety of service in this market to meet the demand of its client, including the delivery service for IKEA item to help clients save time and van retain option for clients who take public transit to IKEA location. After that is the right price in IKEA company. The low price approved is a key tenet of the IKEA idea since it is coupled with IKEA extensive product selection of cutting-edge design and functionality. And the fourth is the right time. For the right time, when buying at IKEA online or at their nearby IKEA store, consumer can pick from a variety of delivery options if they want have their order delivered. The IKEA firm offer the following delivery alternative for customers who buy online. Deliver is currently available the day after a consumer places an online order. Pending availability. The company provides delivery service in Malaysia. All the Malaysia. Lastly, is the right place. With the right place, IKEA company the right place strategy to ensure the client order are safely delivered to decided purchase location. The IKEA company provide the delivery service in the whole Malaysia to let every consumer can get the delivery service. That's all for me. Thank you.
The first outsourcing of IKEA is manufacturing. IKEA started by sourcing from outside the country and later developed into outsourcing international production. Furniture production is outsourced and supplied according to drawings, and manufacturers must ensure that they are following IKEA's furniture quality standards. Although most IKEA products are designed in Sweden, Manufacturing is outsourced to China and other Asian countries. Such outsourced manufacturing allows IKEA to offer products at lower cost, shorter delivery times, and ultimately a higher income economy model. Besides, the second outsourcing used by IKEA is delivery services. When customer order furniture online, it is not delivered to their homes by IKEA. Logistics is outsourced to a third party. For example, IKEA Hong Kong has contracted with independent contractors to provide home delivery and assembly services. Essentially, return or exchange, home delivery and assembly services will be the company's final stage of customer service. IKEA outsourcing delivery services can reduce costs and improve service quality needs, achieve optimal allocation of resources, reduce the investment in vehicles, warehouses, and manpower for logistic operation, and focus limited human and financial resources on core business. Furthermore, the last outsourcing of IKEA is furniture assembly. The majority of IKEA furniture is designed and sold individually for customer assembly. These parts are packaged in convenient and efficient flat packaging for cost-effective shipping. In addition to offering customers the opportunity to assemble their own furniture, IKEA also supports the assembly services offered by its partners. For example, IKEA has partnered with a Tasker to allow customers to pay for someone to come to their home and build their furniture. So it can make the shopping experience more efficient and convenient.
Hi, Doctor, and everyone. Today I'm present about the implementations of e-procurement and IKEA. So IKEA has connected its e-procurement system to provide need planners and business area specialists access to data from the shops, which is utilized to maximize demand. So the organization primarily employs advancement planning and scheduling, that is called APS, and also the enterprise resources planning, that is called ERP, to at the various levels of demand forecasting and inventory management to support this system. So an ERP system is a software system that brings together many business functions including accounting, order management, inventory management, and human resources management, and so on. So the function also included in procurement. In IKEA also can use for the user acceptance test, that is called UAT. So it determines if a product is suitable for its target market. So end user testing, operational testing, applications testing, beta testing, and also the validations are some other names for it. Although we all refers to the same of idea. So it's crucial to understand the difference between validations and verifications in quality assurance. Okay, so the acceptance testing primarily goal is to confirm that the product meets users' demand or not, and it's prepared for the release. Okay, in additionally, IKEA can also apply electronic data interchange, that is called EDI, for the procurements of the goods and services in IKEA. So the electronic interchange of business document in defined forms such as the purchase order, invoice, bills of lading, inventory data, and other sorts of the confirmations. So it's known as the EDI. So for example, in IKEA sector, data is sent between the departments of finance, buying, and shipments via electronic data interchange. So EDIs distinguishes itself from other information exchange methods because of two features. So first off, only business to business transactions are involved in transactions between database or computer rather than people. So individuals transferring files over a network or sending emails do not therefore constitute this EDI. So in conclusions, IKEA has been successful in streaming its purchasing and procurement approaching through the organizations of the world supply chain, which is under the management of IKEA of Sweden. So, planning and managing procurement procedures under the previous model was disjoining and inefficient. So, depending on different forecasting techniques, religions office will independently decide what to buy. So, but certain fragmentations related programs were resolved with the implementations of the new centralized planning system. So, utilizing information gathered from each shop worldwide. So, the technology enables operational informing and the demand forecasting. That's all from me. Thank you.
Good day, Doctor. My name is Ong Jingchen, and I'll be presenting the organization and technical issues in introducing e-procurement. I'll be using Ishikawa fishbone diagram to explain details about it. So first off, the management will face challenges in implementing the new centralized system. Individuals involved, particularly need and demand planners, will have diverse educational backgrounds due to their origins in different countries. As a result, the company should develop a standardized method of training its employees in order to improve efficiency when operating the system. Secondly, from the aspect of method, as all parties involved do not use the standardized working methods, supply plan accuracy remains low, particularly for new products. To address this issue, the company should develop a criterion for ensuring that the standard ways of working are followed. Next, in terms of machinery, the functionality of the APS and ERP software programs should be enhanced by providing capacity support to the individuals involved. Some employees continue to use legacy systems and spreadsheets because they are familiar with them. However, as these alternative systems are not standardized, they have an impact on the quality of the data input into the main system. This goal could be met by educating the workforce on how to use the new software and achieving system uniformity. Another issue associated with the lack of standardized procurement software is the insufficient management of lead time data and synchronization of the same information. Planning information, lead times, and stock balance were unreliable, which has an impact on the master data quality. This issue could be solved by properly training the relevant individuals. Lastly, it's not advisable for IKEA to overlook the significance of changing employees' mindsets. Proper training approach should be used to ensure that the employees continue to embrace the system changes as they evolve to ease the entire procurement and supply chain. So that's all the presentation from me. I'll pass it to Jiaxuan.
That's all from us. Thank you.